Alrighty, look what showed up here. My new 40-foot Connex box. This box is nicer than the one I already have. It's beautiful. Come my way a little bit. Looking pretty good. Oh. Okay, so the guy's giving it a good shot and he can't get it back up in here. I don't blame him. I have a hell of a time. It's just got the slightest turn to the driveway that makes it very difficult. Yeah, go ahead. Beautiful. Perfect spot. I can get on it both sides, teeter on the middle. Yeah. Front. That ain't bad. I can straighten that. I mean, hell yeah. Yeah, that's beautiful. The inside's even been repainted. It's got overspray. Yeah. Floor's nice and solid. Awesome. Yeah, my other one, I've got some, little rust stains up along the edges and corners.
Yeah, the silicone or carbon, whatever, will eventually come out of there.
All right, guys. Well, this is my new shipping container. I got really lucky on this one. The guy said it's in excellent shape. He said this is almost never happens, but for once the light is shined upon me and I came out on top. So I paid $2,300 for this shipping container, and this is just one of the ones that they call wind and watertight. It's a 40-foot high cube, so that means it's 9'6" tall and 8 feet wide. 8 foot wide. And this one is in exceptionally good condition. My other one that I have is not in bad shape by any means. It's also pretty straight, but it's got some dings and blemishes and rusty paint here and there. This one looks like the paint's pretty much new. I mean, there's obvious places where they touched up, but overall, beautiful paint. I'm actually going to get this paint color matched and paint the other one to match it, because I like this color a lot. So I'm really happy with that. He tried to back it up through there, and I know that doesn't look like a hard turn to back up through. It's just a slight jog and then back the other way. But I don't know what it is about it. But I have a hard time backing through there myself, so I can't be mad at him for that. He gave it his best. I didn't want to see him tear his truck up or flip the trailer or anything like that, so I just had him dump it here and we'll get it moved. Alrighty kids, welcome back to the farm. Today's project is we are going to be moving my shipping containers clear to the back of the farm. I got some prep work to do here to get this one ready. The other one's just sitting out in the field ready to go, so not a big deal for that one. Hook up to it and run. This guy here, I've still got, as you can see, some stuff up on top of this container I got to get off. My trusses from my 30x40 that's going to go across the two containers, they're still sitting here and they're crowding the box pretty hard, so I'm not sure if I can get those out of here, get the container out of here without moving those trusses. On this side, we got a couple little odds and ends. I have already moved the rest of that building. These are the walls that I'm probably not going to use for the 30x40 building. I am going to use this piece right here. This is the base plate and like a foot of square tubing that'll tie into those trusses, and I'm going to weld those right along the top of the container and then set the trusses right on them. But I've got to empty out some more stuff in the container and ease it down off of this cribbing that I have it sitting up on right now, and figure out how I'm gonna pull it back there without tearing everything up. Obviously I could just hook the winch of the dozer right to it and start yanking, but see, all these cross members right here, they're all facing this way. They're open like a C shape. So if I'm pulling it this direction, they're just gonna dig into the ground and pick up all kind of dirt, and I don't want that. But I think I can fasten a log or something in the middle, or somehow. I want to figure out how I can fasten something here so that it keeps the back end off the ground ever so slightly. It's just so it doesn't pack full of dirt. And then I can just drag it with the dozer, make life easy. Okay, all the big stuff's out of here now. I've got some other stuff. There's a generator, a little Gravely, some other odds and ends. That window is for my Bobcat. That's breakable, so I'm gonna take that out of here and put it someplace safe. And I got all this stuff stacked on this shelf. I'm just gonna take the stuff off the top two shelves, set it all on the ground, and I don't think the rest of it's gonna go anywhere. All right, she's prepped and ready for her journey. Time to shut the doors and get on with the show. All right, well that looks like it should work there. I'm not getting nearly as much lift as I'd like, but that'll change once the back end comes down. So I'm right up against this pipe that's holding up my trusses here, so I have to go straight out with this thing till I get about halfway, and then I might use the skid loader and shove the back end that way as much as I can. Plus then I can winch out and start getting around this pile. It's gonna be tight, so let's see what happens. So this is working good, but it's plowing up, the log's plowing up all the mud from in front of it, and I don't want to drag that up onto my rock. I gotta figure out something to do about that. So I got it up on the rock. We left all the mud behind like I wanted. We are grading a little bit of a rock as we're going here, but I think that's gonna be all right. We're just gonna give it some slack. Not some slack, we're gonna keep going a little bit, see what happens.
All right,
Okay, so what's going on here is the neighbor brought his dozer down, and he's on the other side, and he is not, and I repeat, not comfortable being on camera. So anywhere I show him at all, I got to blur him out. It's the only way he would agree to help me out. And so he has his dozer on the other side of the shipping container. We both chained it up to our blades, and you'll see the gist of it here in a little bit. But for most of the trip back to the spot, I didn't have a good camera angle to show his side at all. Not that he wanted a camera on him anyway. So this is what we got, and we start backwards right here, and basically the same process as the first one, except this one I'm not dragging as much. So this worked out a little bit better. So from here we just threw it in reverse and let her eat. Check it out. I didn't set it on the footings yet. We just pulled it in here and set it down. I'm gonna use the excavator to pick them up and really position them where I want them. I believe the excavator will pick it up and move one end or another. But I'm pretty happy. Went fairly smooth. Had to stop and unhook a couple times to make the turns. You know, it all looks good in theory when you're just eyeballing stuff, and then when you actually get 2 dozers hooked to a 40-foot Connex box, it's a little bit of a handful, but it all worked out. Well, I got the first box pretty close to where I want it. I'm still gonna have to shim it up and everything. Now I'll have to set the red one. Things I do for this YouTube stuff that nobody sees. Probably gonna fall off of this thing. I only got like a 4-foot ladder. Alright guys, if you're still watching, thanks for hanging out with me this long. I know these videos get kind of lengthy, but I feel like there's so much work that goes into both the projects and the making of the videos. It's like a shame to cut out. I mean, there's weeks and months in this case of planning and preparation and working by myself to get these kind of projects off the ground. So if you like the videos, make sure you give me a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and come back next week and see the next part in the series. Thanks again, guys. Later.